One thing people often get wrong about missionary schools is thinking they were simply acts of benevolence. But instead, what if these institutions were actually arenas designed for cultural erasure and assimilation? In many colonized regions across the globe, missionary schools served as tools for enforcing foreign cultures. Children were taught languages that were not their own and forbidden to speak their ancestral tongues. This education introduced histories that excluded local narratives and silenced indigenous knowledge systems. Supporters argue that these institutions provided modern skills and a pathway to global engagement. Yet critics emphasize that behind these walls lay campaigns for cultural assimilation and identity erasure. What happens when the voice of a child is silenced in their own homeland during education? Can a learning environment be truly liberating if it begins by severing ancestral connections? Many alumni recall strict discipline for simply wearing traditional clothing or using their languages. While churches built numerous mission schools, their historical significance remains a topic of intense debate. Who gets to define progress when cultural disconnection is mistaken for moral advancement? In countries like Canada and Australia, stories of abuse emerge from church-operated institutions labeled as schools. Yet political leaders often point to high academic achievers as evidence that these systems were effective. Did these institutions truly fulfill their intended purpose, or did they create a lost generation? How do we reconcile histories that suggest children learned nothing from their parents until outsiders arrived? When does an educational setting transform into an institution for reprogramming and assimilation? Is evangelism still proselytizing if it occurs through education rather than overt coercion and violence? In some today, former mission graduates serve in political roles, defending the systems that once silenced them. Others actively fight for the revival of indigenous languages long removed from educational curriculums. Are revamped curriculums crafted by those who once suppressed identities even close to enough? And perhaps more critically, can a system rooted in domination ever promote true liberation without accountability? These questions linger in discussions about education, identity, and the legacies of colonialism and missionary work.